So you know those days when you just have no plans for the day and you're just pretty much just chilling. You have nothing going on. And then someone calls you that day or they send you a text. Maybe it's one of those days, at least for me, where I personally just don't even want to look at my phone. And maybe call me a bad friend or something, but I just feel like some days I just need to decompress from the world, and I need to just go out and just not really think about anything. And I just feel at peace, man. It feels good. But I will also compare that to when I have those days where it's scheduled, I have a plan, maybe something I'm doing every hour of the day. And then if something comes up on those days, I don't even mind. I actually just fully lock in and I just do it right away. I just do it and we just make things happen. And it's just kind of interesting. I was thinking about this as I was eating in my car, and that's actually kind of how I started doing all of this recording, making videos. I would just chill in my car because where I used to live, it was very chaotic and there was always stuff going on. So the only place where I felt really chill and relaxed was in my car, and I kind of just completely escaped from the world. But what was interesting was that as I was thinking and contemplating in the car, eating my food, whatever it may be, it's just funny because I was thinking about those exact days where I had so many things planned for the day. And if someone called me like, hey, let's go hang out, let's go eat, I would just instantly call or text them and say, yeah, yo, I'm ready, let's go. And those days I felt so productive. Like I really felt like I got so much done. And it felt so good. But then it's funny how the complete opposite, if you have one of those days where, like I said earlier, you're just chilling and you have no plans for the day. And then it's like someone calls you to do a chore or like a little habit, maybe a favor. You don't even want to do it. I don't know what the psychology of that is, but I think what that is it's just mentally in your head or your brain. When you're in this relaxed state, it's almost like you don't want to do anything because, at least personally for me, at least once a week, I need to just relax. And I think I don't feel as like, I need to do something. I don't always have to do something. And don't get me wrong, I like to get stuff done, taking action, and I feel like I'm moving forward in the direction of the path that I want to take for my life, and it feels really good. But I think because I do that 5 to 6 days a week, having a day where I just don't really have any plans, it doesn't feel that bad. I almost am like rewarding myself, and I don't need to even spend any money. Like just going on walks just feels nice. So yeah, I don't know if any of you guys can relate to that, but I feel like that kind of happens to anybody. And if you have a similar experience, let me know in the comments down below. And something is just, I think also what I've noticed too is, if you check out my the last video I made, when I was talking about once I had a goal, then everything just kind of felt like I know eventually I'm gonna get there, so I don't have to every single day be on the grind or in this like grind set mindset, you know, I have to do something. It's like, you know what, it's okay. Sometimes I could just chill and it's fine. But, you know, when I didn't have the goal, that's when I felt like I was wasting time. And I think this is where it all goes back to. So as long as I have something in the back of my mind where I'm slowly working towards, right, any kind of process, any kind of progress, then it's okay that I don't always constantly grind 24/7, you know, constantly, you know. So I mean, that's kind of just how I see it. I think that was the biggest shift, because now that I feel like I'm on the path, it's like it's also another thing too is it's because I only try to change a couple things per week. You know, like you've probably heard this many times where like the goal is not to change massively. It's actually just to change in small amounts, like small incremental amounts where it's manageable. So let's just say, you know, this is kind of referencing my last video I made, but if you currently don't work on yourself, any kind of progress or any kind of direction that you want to go towards your life, just spending 1 hour a day is all you really need to do for the beginning, just to kind of get the momentum going, just to kind of push forward and push through. So I would also say that, tying into the topic a little bit of, you know, when your day, there's no plans and you just kind of hang out, right? I will say when you do have plans and you do have things going on that you want to knock out throughout the day, I will say that in the beginning, when you're initially making that stride forward, you're taking that action, that first step, it's a very slow momentum, because, you know, first of all, you're essentially changing a habit. So not only are you changing a habit, but you're also fighting with the old self, the old version of yourself, where it's like this kind of resistance, this push and pull, like a seesaw. Like on one end, you're so happy that you're like finally making the step forward. You're finally taking the action and you're like, yes, I'm feeling good. Let's just say for you, it's going to the gym. Maybe you thought about it for years and now you're finally going to the gym and you're like, yes, I'm so grateful that I just went, and maybe you had like a 30-minute workout and you're like, yes, I feel good. And then, you know, it's like 2 weeks go by and you feel like you were consistent, but then you think, you know, maybe you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I don't know, man, I don't really see results yet. I don't see any progression. And this honestly is the hardest part, because in the beginning, there's really no momentum. So you're really slow. So even though you're taking that action forward, this is where I think most people quit, because you're still in that stage where you're fighting, like I said, you're fighting your old self with your old habits, and you're trying to make a change with the new version of yourself, right? But because it's such a struggle, because you're going back and forth, and you haven't had enough, you know, practice, or you haven't really, like right now, you're in the trials and tribulations of your transformation. So you don't really have a frame of reference except for like the 2 weeks prior when you first started. But because you're in this headspace where this state of mind where you're kind of not really, you haven't seen the result yet, this is where a lot of people quit, and they think, well, I already tried for 2 weeks, so what's the point? I'm gonna go back to my old ways. And then you do, and then you're like, man, even though you felt good though. So like for me, it took me at least a month and a half. So So 6 weeks to really start kind of, like, I did see progression. Like, I was lifting even just like 5 pounds more, but I really didn't get the good feeling until I actually felt good. Like, even if I was lifting more weight, it didn't feel good. Like, not yet, because I was still kind of in that transition phase where I'm like fighting with my old habit, and then I'm trying to change my current reality, and I'm like, why is this so hard? But I'm so glad that I finally made it through that. So I'm just trying to explain that the beginning part of your journey, right? It's gonna feel, that's gonna be so hard because the momentum is not there. You're not seeing the progression. You don't have the results yet. So you're kind of in this, like, you're in limbo phase, right? But the greatest thing about this part is once you can overcome this first, that's why they say it takes 21 days to make a new change, because you're rewiring your new brain into this new habit, this new frame of mind, to where it's not even a struggle anymore. Because now that you've built the habit, it's like, now that I've been being consistent, like for myself, I've been consistent at the gym now. Shoot, it's been like 8 months or something. Like, it's just crazy that I even got this far, and we're still going. But what I really underestimated was that it's 8 months, and I really thought I would have been already ripped, but I'm not, because I had to lose a lot of weight. But I'm so addicted and so locked in that I'm not gonna stop. Like, it's like the dopamine just feels so good. So once I got over the initial 6 weeks where I had to change the habit, now that I'm making this progress, I have so much momentum where I feel like I'm at the point where I have passed the halfway mark, like way past the halfway mark. I don't really want to say how much I've lost so far, because I'm working on a video eventually. I'm gonna post that. It's like my transformation journey. But obviously, if you've heard my other videos, you've probably heard me talk about it. It's like the number one thing that I've really been trying to really overcome. And I don't really want to post it yet because I'm not quite there yet. But I'm just trying to give you my explanation. And I'm not gonna lie, life has been a lot happier. I've been a lot happier with life now because, oh man, it just feels so good to actually overcome, this huge block in my life. And anyways, before I go off on tangent too far, pretty much I'm trying to explain to you that now I'm in that point where I've been doing it for 8 months consistently, and there's so much results that I have from pictures, videos in the past, my own self, like personal, that I could always look back on, and I know that it literally works. If I just keep going to the gym, I'm gonna get stronger. If I keep going to the gym and I keep going and I stay consistent, I know I'm gonna lose weight, because I literally can physically not only see it myself in the mirror, but other people have noticed. Have you been losing weight? Like my friends or my coworkers. And I'm not gonna lie, it really feels good. So, this part of the progression, this part of you changing your life, this part of you, taking steps forward, working towards your goal, this part of it, it just makes it so much easier, because now, even though it's like we're still not there, but I would say we're 75% of the way there, but it's like you have this momentum, this insane momentum where it's almost like a snowball. So it's like the snowball, it's like in the beginning, like a snowball, it's super small, there's really there's no momentum, it's super slow, it's trying to like go down the hill or just go down the path, and it's like, God, it's like this ultimate resistance, and you're like, why can't I just push forward? But then once you kind of see that little bit of progression, the little bit of results, you finally start noticing that other people are noticing you and you're losing weight, and it's like, oh my God, like, wait, it's actually working. No, wait, is this real? Like, and you almost can't even believe it. You can't even understand what's happening to you. Like, am I really doing it? Like, am I really actually focusing and staying true to my goals? Like, is it actually happening? And I'm not gonna lie, it is like the biggest high that you can ever have. Like, self-improvement personally, just, and self-improvement is different for everybody, right? You know, so, but if you really start working on yourself and you figure out whatever your first priority is, and you really start seeing the progression, I mean, I'm telling you, like, I'm good. Like, I feel good. And it's just, like I say in a lot of videos, I mean, I actually love the journey. And I feel like a lot of people nowadays, they just want that quick dopamine hit. And it's like, maybe they're overweight now and they just want to all of a sudden lose like 50 pounds, just like that. And it's like, no, but you don't understand. Like, first of all, if you did do that, honestly, you wouldn't really, I don't think you would feel good about yourself, because it's like you haven't learned, you haven't really trained your mind or your body, or you haven't disciplined yourself. It's nothing that's great in life is ever been achieved easily. Nothing. So I don't even know what to say. Like, honestly, in the beginning, I think it just sounds kind of like, oh man, I gotta be working on myself, and I gotta be excited about the journey, but the journey's boring. Like, that's probably what most people say, but I don't even know how to explain it. It's like that first, like I said in the beginning of the video, that first initial struggle of the momentum, you're fighting your old habit and you're trying to change the current version of yourself, like the new version of yourself. You're changing the habit. You start going to the gym, but then you're like fighting the old self, and you're like, and you're like, I feel good, but I don't see results, and you're just like losing your damn mind. Trust me, man, I get it. I was there, and I just thought, you know what? My old life didn't help me, and I really, really just can't live like this anymore. And I thought, I am physically, with my own eyes, seeing other people live their lives. Why can't I? And I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Like, who cares? Just do it. Like, honestly, what is the worst that can happen? I'm gonna go back to my old life. All right, but let me at least try this for the allocated amount of time, which is, 3 weeks. But even though I did it for 3 weeks and I didn't really see that much results, I still just kept going, because I thought, well, maybe it takes a little longer. And like I told you, it took me 6 weeks to really get in that constant, mindset, that constant grind, that constant discipline. I will say now that 8 months later, I don't really think it's discipline, because it's not like, sorry, my brain is on, I'm like lagging right now. Oh my God, I think I'm just too excited, but, hold on, let me just take a breather real quick. All right, just relax a little bit. Okay, so, what was I saying? So, okay, so pretty much, the reason why I don't think it's discipline is because once I pretty much changed my mind into, instead of saying I have to go to the gym, which, sounds negative. It's like, it's in this kind of headspace of like, oh gosh, I have to go. Like, it sounds like a chore, right? But instead, I just started saying, I want to go to the gym. And that's more of a positive outlook. It's like, ooh, So wait, I want to go to the gym. So now that I want to go, it's like, oh my God, it's like effortless. It's just insane. It's just literally not even a struggle because in my mind, I want to do it. And then obviously the physical, I look better. So I'm more confident. You know what? So be it. Let's just keep going. Let's just see where this takes me. 8 months later, man, living my best life. Not gonna lie. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys learned something from that. That's just my story, you know, my perspective, you know, and I'll see you guys next week, or I'll see you guys in another video. You know, I've been kind of trying to post more often, and I've been having more fun with it. So, you know what we say? Stay true to yourself, and life will get better.